You wake up, ditch the pastries, commit to a strict diet, and within 3 days, you feel completely miserable, anxious, and exhausted. This emotional crash is exactly why most people abandon their plans by week 2. They experience that heavy, hollow feeling and naturally conclude that restrictive eating directly causes depression. But the clinical data tells a completely reversed story. A diet built on whole, natural foods doesn't trigger depression. Research shows it actively treats it and significantly improves mental health. So if the absolute misery of week 1 isn't clinical depression, what exactly is going on inside your brain and body when you change how you eat? By mislabeling this acute, temporary discomfort as a mental health crisis, we lock ourselves into a toxic metabolic baseline. We end up choosing the familiar comfort of feeling sick over the temporary friction required to actually get well. This timeline graph maps a typical diet start. The steep drop into a negative deficit represents sudden chemical withdrawal from refined carbohydrates. To compensate, dieters flood their bodies with massive amounts of caffeine. These extremes clash, creating severe anxiety and wrecking your sleep quality. You are combining an intense chemical withdrawal from sugar with severe caffeine-induced sleep deprivation. Physiologically, that exact combination perfectly mimics the exhaustion, brain fog, and heavy mood of clinical depression. But the physical shock is only half the battle. Removing junk food also strips away your primary psychological shield. Your nervous system is currently reeling from sugar withdrawal while being overstimulated by high-dose caffeine. This physiological instability creates a state of distress that feels identical to a depressive episode. Processed, hyperpalatable foods deliver a rapid hit of dopamine. For many of us, this acts as an instant emotional band-aid, a quick coping mechanism to deal with stress, loneliness, or a bad day. When you abruptly remove that food, the coping mechanism disappears. All the negative emotions you've been burying under French fries and sweets are suddenly unmasked, flooding to the surface all at once. Stepping away from the shared social ritual of junk food also creates a sense of isolation. This friction often sparks a victim mindset, where the lifestyle change feels like an unfair punishment rather than a choice. This dual cellular model explains why some people stay lean effortlessly. The cell on the left has high insulin sensitivity, efficiently absorbing energy. The cell on the right has a rigid barrier, deflecting energy to be stored as fat, the hallmark of a damaged metabolism. Years of chronic dieting create this metabolic adaptation, training your cells to survive on very little. When your cells can't process fuel efficiently, it results in chronic inflammation and erratic energy crashes, physical states that your brain directly interprets as feelings of despair and low mood. The overwhelming gloom of that first week is the experience of navigating life without a dopamine crutch, while your internal energy systems are essentially offline. To actually fix this, we have to reframe the pain. Just like these muscle fibers stretching and fraying under immense tension, a strict diet is an acute biological stressor. It applies temporary mechanical friction that forces your body to adapt and grow stronger. And your body desperately needs that stress. There is a direct destructive link between metabolic syndrome, characterized by excess belly fat and high triglycerides, and actual clinical depression. They feed directly into each other. Pushing through this period of adjustment targets the root biological environments, inflammation and oxidative stress, where poor mental health thrives. This microscopic view shows a cellular process called mitophagy, which is triggered by fasting and low-carb diets. The body literally hunts down and dissolves old, damaged energy centers, those dark, jagged shapes, and instantly replaces them with brand new, highly efficient mitochondria. This biological upgrade highlights the difference between pleasure and true happiness. Junk food offers a fleeting, hollow spike of dopamine, followed by guilt. A healed brain and an optimized metabolism generate a sustained, deep physiological well-being. Do not mistake the painful friction of a cure for the symptom of a disease. True health, both physical and mental, is waiting for you on the other side of the withdrawal.